Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister. And Ben tells them about the minister.
Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. Hope you all are having a black-tastic morning. We are on part number 13 of our Ramadan reading. For those who have the Maulana Muhammad Ali version, we are on page 487. If you don't, we are on Surah 12 or chapter 12, ayat or verse 53. Let me get this cue together with the people that pressed the number 1. 1 second, let me compile this. All right. Cool. All right. All right. We are going to be reading 2 sections each, as we have been doing as well. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, we already got you, Brother Remus. I think you pressed the number 1 first. All right, let's get started. Again, we're on Surah 12, ayat 53, in the section called Joseph Cleared of Charges. If you got the Maulana Muhammad Ali version, we're on page 487. Part 13. And I call not myself sinless. Surely man's self is wont to command evil, except those on whom my Lord has mercy. Surely my Lord is forgiving, merciful. And the king said, bring him to me. I will choose him for myself. So when he talked with him, he said, surely thou art in our presence today, dignified, trusted. He said, place me in authority over the treasures of the land. Surely I am a good keeper, knowing well. And thus did we give to Joseph power in the land. He had mastery in it wherever he liked. We bestow our mercy on whom we please, and we waste not the reward of the doers of good. And certainly the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believe and guard against evil. Section 8. Joseph helps his brothers. And Joseph's brethren came and went in to him, and he knew them while they recognized him not. And when he furnished them with their provision, he said, bring to me a brother of yours from your father. See you not I give full measure, in that I am the best of hosts? But if you bring him not to me, he shall have no measure of corn from me, nor shall you come near me. They said, we shall strive to make his father yield about him, and we are sure to do it. And he said to his servants, put their money into their bags, that they may recognize it when they go back to their family, so that they may come back. So when they returned to their father, they said, O our father, the measure is within from us, so send with us our brother, that we may get the measure, and we will surely guard him. He said, can I trust you with him, except as I trusted you with his brother before? So Allah is the best keeper, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. And when they opened their goods, they found their money returned to them. They said, O our father, what more can we desire? This is our property returned to us, and we shall bring corn for our family and guard our brother, and have in addition to the measure of a camel load. This is an easy measure. He said, I will by no means send him with you until you give me a firm covenant in Allah's name that you will bring him back to me, unless you are completely surrounded. And when they gave him their covenant, he said, Allah is guardian over what we say. And he said, O my sons, enter not by one gate, but enter by different gates. And I can avail you not against Allah. Judgment is only Allah's. On him I rely, and on him let the reliant rely. And when they entered as their father had bidden them, it availed them not against Allah, but it was only a desire in the soul of Jacob, which he satisfied. And surely he was possessed of knowledge, because he had given him knowledge. But most people know not. Section 9, the youngest brother. And when they went in to Joseph, he lodged his brother with himself, saying, I am thy brother, so grieve not at what they do. Then when he furnished them with their provision, someone placed the drinking cup in his brother's bag. Then a crier cried out, O caravan, you are surely thieves. They said, while they turned towards them, what is it that you miss? They said, we missed the king's drinking cup, and he who brings it shall have a camel load, and I am responsible for it. They said, by Allah, you know for certain that we have not come to make mischief in the land, and we are not thieves. They said, but what is the penalty for this if you are liars? They said, the penalty for this, the person in whose bag it is found, he himself is the penalty for it. Thus do we punish the wrongdoers. So he began with their sacks before the sack of his brother. Then he brought it out from his brother's sack. Thus did we plan for the sake of Joseph. He could not take his brother under the king's law unless Allah pleased. We raise in degree whom we please, and above everyone possessed of knowledge is the all-knowing one. They said, if he steal, a brother of his did indeed steal before. But Joseph kept it secret in his soul and disclosed it not to them. He said, you are in an evil condition, and Allah knows best what you state. They said, O chief, he has a father, a very old man, so take one of us in his place. Surely we see thee to be of the doers of good. He said, Allah forbid that we should seize other than him with whom we found our property, for then surely we should be unjust. Brother Remus.
Yes, sir. Let me cue it up here. All righty. Section 10, Joseph discloses his identity. So when they I'm sorry, let me make it bigger. When they despaired of him, they conferred together privately. The eldest of them said, know you not that your father took from you a covenant in Allah's name, and how you fell short of your duty about Joseph before? So I shall not leave this land until my father permits me, or Allah decides for me, and he is the best of the judges. Go back to your father and say, O our father, thy son committed theft, and we bear witness only to what we know, and we could not keep watch over the unseen. And ask the town where we were, and the caravan with which we proceeded, and surely we are truthful. He said, nay, your souls have contrived an affair for you, so patience is good. Maybe Allah will bring them together to me. Surely he is the knowing, the wise. And he turned away from them and said, oh, my sorrow for Joseph. And his eyes were filled with tears on account of the grief. Then he repressed grief. They said, by Allah, thou wilt not cease remembering Joseph till thou art a prey to disease, or thou art of those who perish. He said, I complain of my grief and sorrow only to Allah, and I know from Allah what you know not. O my sons, go and inquire about Joseph and his brother, and despair not of Allah's mercy. Surely none despairs of Allah's mercy except the disbelieving people. So when they came to him, they said, O chief, distress has afflicted us and our family, and we have brought scanty money. So give us full measure and be charitable to us. Surely Allah rewards the charitable. He said, "Do you know how you treated Joseph and his brother when you were ignorant?" They said, "Art thou indeed Joseph?" He said, "I am Joseph, and this is my brother. Allah has indeed been gracious to us. Surely he who keeps his duty and is patient, Allah never wastes the reward of the doers of good." They said, "By Allah, Allah has indeed chosen thee over us, and we were certainly sinners." He said, "No reproof be against you this day. Allah may forgive you, and he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. Take this shirt and cast it before my father's face. He will come to know, and come to me with all your family." Section 11. Israel goes to Egypt. And when the caravan left Egypt, their father said, "Surely I sent the power of Joseph, if you call me not a dotard." They said, "By Allah, thou art surely in thy old error." Then when the bearer of good news came, he cast it before his face, so he became certain. He said, "Did I not say to you that I know from Allah what you know not?" They said, "O our father, ask forgiveness of our sins for us. Surely we are sinners." He said, "I shall ask forgiveness for you of my Lord. Surely he is the forgiving, the merciful." Then when they went into Joseph, he lodged his parents with himself and said, "Enter Egypt in safety, if Allah please." And he raised his parents on the throne, and they fell prostrate for his sake. And he said, "O my father, this is the significance of my vision of old. My Lord has made it true, and he was indeed kind to me when he brought me forth from the prison and brought you from the desert after the devil had sown dissensions between me and my brethren. Surely my Lord is benignant to those he pleases. Truly he is the knowing, the wise. My Lord, thou hast given me of the kingdom and taught me of the interpretation of sayings. Originator of the heavens and the earth, thou art my friend in this world and the hereafter. Make me die in submission and join me with the righteous. This is of the announcements relating to the unseen, which we reveal to thee. And thou wast not with them when they resolved upon their affair, and they were devising plans. And most men believe not, though they desirest it eagerly. And thou askest them no reward for it. It is nothing but a reminder for all mankind.
Sister Gina.
Section 12, a lesson for the prophet's opponents. And how many a sign in the heavens and the earth do they pass by, yet they turn away from it. And most of them believe not in Allah without associating others with him. Do they then feel secure from the coming to them of an all encompassing chastisement from Allah, or from the coming to them of the hour suddenly, while they perceive not? Say, this is my way. I call to Allah with certain knowledge, I and those who follow me, and glory be to Allah, and I am not of the polytheists. And we sent not before thee any but men from the people of towns, to whom we sent revelation. Have they not then traveled in the land and seen what was the end of those before them? And certainly the abode of the hereafter is best for those who keep their duty. Do you not then understand? Until when the messengers despaired, and the people thought that they were told a lie, our help came to them, and whom we pleased was delivered. And our punishment was not averted from the guilty people. In their histories, there is certainly a lesson for men of understanding. It is not narrative which could be forged, but a verification of what is before it, and a distinct explanation of all things, and a guide and a mercy to a people who believe. Chapter 13, Section 1, Truth of Revelation. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I, Allah, am the best knower, the seer, These are verses of the book, and that which is revealed to thee from thy Lord is truth, but most people believe not. Allah is he who raised the heavens without any pillars that you can see, and he is established on the throne of power, and he made the sun and the moon subservient to you. Each one runs to an appointed term. He regulates the affair, making clear the messages that you may be certain of meeting with your Lord. And he it is who spread the earth and made in it firm mountains and rivers. And of all fruits he has made it in pairs, too, of every kind. He makes the night cover the day. Surely there are signs in this for people who reflect. And in the earth are tracks side by side, and gardens of vines and corn and palm trees growing from one root and distinct roots. They are watered with one water, and we make some of them to excel others in fruit. Surely there are signs in this for people who understand. And if thou wonderest, then wondrous is their saying. When we are dust, shall we then be raised in a new creation? These are they who disbelieve in their Lord, and these have chains on their necks, and they are companions of the fire. In it they will abide. And they ask thee to hasten on the evil before the good. And indeed there have been exemplary punishments before them. And surely thy Lord is full of forgiveness for mankind, notwithstanding their iniquity. And surely thy Lord is severe in requiting. And those who disbelieve say, why has not a sign been sent down to him from his Lord? Thou art only a warner, and for every people a guide.
Sister Yolanda.
Section 2, Fall and Rise of Nations. Allah knows what every female bears, and that of which the wombs fall short of completion, and that which they grow. And everything with him has a measure. The knower of the unseen and the seen, the great, the most high. Alike to him, among you is he who conceals the word and he who speaks openly, and he who hides himself by night, and he who goes forth by day. For him, for him are angels guarding the consequences of his deeds, before him and behind him, who guard him by Allah's command. Surely Allah changes not the condition of a people until they change their own condition. And when Allah intends evil to a people, there is no averting it. And besides him, they have no protector. He it is who shows you the lightning causing fear and hope, and who brings up the heavy cloud. And the thunder celebrates his praise, and the angels too for awe of him. And he sends the thunderbolts and smites with them whom he pleases. Yet they dispute concerning Allah, and he is mighty in prowess. To him is due the true prayer, and those to whom they pray besides him give them no answer. But they are like the one who stretches forth his two hands towards water that it may reach his mouth, but it will not reach it. And the prayer of the disbelievers is only wasted. And whoever is in the heavens and the earth makes obeisance to Allah only, willingly and unwillingly, and their shadows too, at morn and eve. Subhanahu Allah, subhanahu Allah, subhanahu Allah, Allahu Akbar. Say, who is the Lord of the heavens and the earth? Say, Allah. Say, do you then take besides him guardians who control no benefit or harm even for themselves? Say, are the blind and the seeing alike? Or Are darkness and light equal? Or have they set up with Allah associates who have created creation like His, so that what is created became confused to them? Say, Allah is the creator of all things, and He is the one, the supreme. He sends down water from the clouds. Then water courses flow according to their measure, and the torrent bears along the swelling foam. And from that which they melt in the fire for the sake of making ornaments or apparatus arises a scum like it. Thus does Allah compare truth and falsehood. Then, as for the scum, it passes away as a worthless thing. And as for that which does good to men, it tarries in the earth. Thus does Allah set forth parables. For those who respond to their Lord is good. And as for those who respond not to Him, even if they had all that is in the earth and the like thereof with it, they would certainly offer it for a ransom. As for those, there is an evil reckoning, and their abode is hell, and evil is the resting place. Section 3, good and evil bring their own reward. Is he who knows that what is revealed to thee from thy Lord is the truth like him who is blind? Only men of understanding mind. Those who fulfill the pact of Allah and break not the covenant, and those who join that which Allah has bidden to be joined, and have awe of their Lord, and fear the evil reckoning. And those who are steadfast, seeking the pleasure of their Lord, and keep up prayer, and spend of that which we have given them, secretly and openly, and repel evil with good, for such is the happy issue of the abode. Gardens of perpetuity, which they will enter along with those who do good from among their fathers and their spouses and their offspring. And the angels will enter in upon them for every gate. Peace be to you, because you were constant. How excellent is the final abode. And those who break the covenant of Allah after its confirmation and cut asunder that which Allah has ordered to be joined and make mischief in the land, for them is the curse and theirs is the evil end of the abode. Allah amplifies and straightens provisions for whom He pleases, and they rejoice in the world's life. And the world's life, compared with the hereafter, is only a temporary enjoyment.
Sister Diabra.
Section, Section 4, revolution to be brought about by Quran. And those who disbelieve say, why is not a sign sent down to him by his Lord? Say, Allah leads in error whom He pleases and guides to Himself those who turn to Him. Those who believe and whose hearts find rest in the remembrance of Allah. Now, surely in Allah's remembrance do hearts find rest. Those who believe and do good, a good final state is theirs and a goodly return. Thus we have sent thee among a nation before which other nations have passed away, and thou mightest recite to them what we have revealed to thee, and still they and still they deny the beneficent. Say, He is my Lord, there is no God but He. In Him do I trust, and to Him is my return. And if there could be a Quran with which the mountains were made to pass away, or the earth were cloven asunder, or the dead were made to speak, nay, the commandment is wholly Allah's. Do not those who believe know that Allah please, if Allah please, He will certainly guide all the people. And as for those who disbelieve, Disaster will not cease to afflict them because of what they do, or it will alight close by their abodes until the promise of Allah come to pass. Surely Allah will not fail in his promise. Section 5, opposition will fail, and messengers before thee were certainly mocked, but I gave respite to those who disbelieved. Then I seized them. How awful was then my requital. Is then he who watches every soul as to what it earns, and yet they ascribe partners to Allah? Say, nay, name them. Would you inform him of that which he knows not in the earth or of an outward saying? Rather, their plan is made, first seeming to those who disbelieve, and they are kept aback from the path. And whom Allah leaves in error, he has no guide. For them is chastisement in this world's life, and the chastisement of the hereafter is certainly more grievous, and they have no protector against Allah. A parable of the garden, which is promised to those who keep their duty. Therein flow rivers. Its fruits are perpetual, and its plenty. Such is the end for those who keep their duty, and the end for the disbelievers is the fire. And those to whom we have given the book rejoice in that which has been revealed to thee, and of the confederates are some who deny a part of it. Say, I am commanded only to serve Allah and not associate anything with him. To him do I invite you, and to him is my return. And thus have we revealed it a true judgment in Arabic. And if thou follow their low desires, after which has come to thee of knowledge, thou wouldst have against Allah no guardian nor protector.
Brother Jamil.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. Section 6, steady progress of truth. And certainly we send messengers before thee, and appointed for them wives and children. And it is not in the power of a messenger to bring a sign except by Allah's permission. For every term there is an appointment. Allah effaces what he pleases and establishes what he pleases, and with him is the basis of the book. Whether we let these see part of that which we promised them, or cause thee to die, thine is but the delivery of the message, and ours to call them to account. See they not that we are visiting the land, curtailing it of its sides, and Allah pronounces a doom. There is no repeller of his decree, and he is swift in calling to account. And those before them planned indeed, but all planning is Allah's. He knows what every soul earns, and the disbelievers will come to know for whom is the good end of the abode. And those who disbelieve say, Thou art not a messenger. Say, Allah is sufficient for a witness between me and you and whoever has knowledge of the book. Chapter 14, Abraham. Section 1, Revelation dispels darkness. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I, Allah, am the seer, a book which we have revealed to thee, that thou mayest bring forth men by their Lord's permission from darkness into light, to the way of the mighty, the praised one. Of Allah, whose is whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and woe to the disbelievers for the severe chastisement. Those who love this world's life more than the hereafter, and turn away from Allah's path, and would have it crooked, those are far astray. And we sent no messenger but with the language of his people, so that he might explain to them clearly. Then Allah leaves in error whom he pleases, and he guides whom he pleases. And he is the mighty, the wise. And certainly we send Moses with our messages, saying, Bring forth thy people from darkness into light, and remind them of the days of Allah. And this are surely signs for every steadfast, grateful one. And when Moses said to his people, Call to mind Allah's favor to you, when he delivered you from Pharaoh's people, who subjected you to severe torment, and slew your sons and spared your women, and therein was a great trial from your Lord.
You can read section 2.
Okay, pardon me. Section 2. Truth is rejected first. And when your Lord made it known, if you are grateful, I will give you more. And if you are ungrateful, my chastisement is truly severe. And Moses said, if you are ungrateful, you and all those on earth, then Allah is surely self-sufficient, praised. Has not the account reached you of those before you, of the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud, and those after them? None knows them but Allah. Their messengers came to them with clear arguments, but they thrust their hands into their mouths and said, we deny that with which you are sent, and surely we are in serious doubt as to that to which you invite us. Their messenger said, is there doubt about Allah, the maker of the heavens and the earth? He invites you to forgive you your faults and to respite you to an appointed term. They said, you are nothing but mortals like us. You wish to turn us away from that which our fathers used to worship, so bring us clear authority. Their messengers said to them, we are nothing but mortals like yourself. But Allah bestowed his favors on whom he pleases of his servants. And it is not for us to bring you an authority except by Allah's permission. And on Allah let the believers rely. And why should we not rely on Allah? He has indeed guided us in our ways, and we would certainly bear with patience your persecution of us, and on Allah should the reliant rely.
Section 3. Opposition is at last destroyed. And those who disbelieved said to their messengers, we will certainly drive you out of our land unless you come back into our religion. So their Lord revealed to them, we shall certainly destroy the wrongdoers, and we shall certainly settle you in the land after them. This is for him who fears standing in my presence and fears my threat. And they sought judgment, and every insolent opposer was disappointed. Hell is before him, and he is given to drink of boiling water. He drinks it little by little and is not able to swallow it. And death comes to him from every quarter, yet he dies not. And before him is vehement chastisement. The parable of those who disbelieve in their Lord. Their works are as ashes on which the wind blows hard on a stormy day. They have no power over aught they have earned, that is straying far away. Seest thou not that Allah created the heavens and the earth with truth? If he pleases, he will take you away and bring a new creation. And that is not difficult for Allah. And they will all come forth to Allah. Then the weak will say to those who are proud, we were your followers. Can you then avert from us aught of chastisement of Allah? They will say, if Allah had guided us, we would have guided you. It is the same to us whether we cry or bear patiently. There is no escape for us. Section 4. Truth is confirmed. And the devil will say, when the matter is decided, surely Allah promised you a promise of truth, and I promised you, then failed you, and I had no authority over you, except that I called you and you obeyed me. So blame me not, but blame yourselves. I cannot come to your help, nor can you come to my help. I deny your associating with me with Allah before. Surely for the unjust is a painful chastisement. And those who believe and do good are made to enter gardens wherein flow rivers, abiding therein by their Lord's permission. Their greetings therein is peace. Seest thou not how Allah sets forth the parable of a good word as a good tree, whose root is firm and whose branches are high, yielding its fruit in every season by the permission of his Lord? And Allah sets forth parables for men that they may be mindful. And the parable of an evil word is an evil tree pulled from the earth's surface. It has no stability. Allah confirms those who believe with the sure word in this world's life and in the hereafter. And Allah leaves the wrongdoers in error. And Allah does what he pleases. Brother Remus.
Yes, sir. Section 5, man's injustice in rejecting truth. Seest thou not those who change Allah's favor for disbelief and make their people to alight in the abode of perdition? Hell, they will burn in it, and an evil place it is to settle in. And they set up equals with Allah to lead astray from his path. Say, enjoy yourselves, for surely your return is to the fire. Tell my servants who believe to keep up prayer and spend out of what we have given them, secretly and openly, before the coming of the day in which there is no bartering nor befriending. Allah is he who created the heavens and the earth and sent down water from the clouds, then brought forth with it fruits as a sustenance for you. And he has made the ships subservient to you to run their course in the sea by his command. And he has made the rivers subservient to you. And he has made subservient to you the sun and the moon, pursuing their courses. And he has made subservient to you the night and the day. And he gives you of all you ask of him. And if you count Allah's favors, you will not be able to number them. Surely, man is very unjust, very ungrateful. Section 6, Abraham's prayer. And when Abraham said, my Lord, make this city secure and save me and my sons from worshiping idols. My Lord, surely they have led many men astray. So whoever follows me, he is surely of me. And whoever disobeys me, thou surely art forgiving, merciful. Our Lord, I have settled a part of my offspring in a valley unproductive of fruit near thy sacred house, our Lord, that they may keep up prayer. So make the hearts of some people yearn towards them and provide them with fruits. Haply they may be grateful. Our Lord, surely thou knowest what we hide and what we proclaim. And nothing is hidden from Allah, either in the earth or in the heaven. Hold on. Praise be to Allah, who has given me in old age Ishmael and Isaac. Surely my Lord is the hearer of prayer. My Lord, make me keep up prayer, and from my offspring too, our Lord, and accept my prayer. Our Lord, grant me protection and my parents and my believer and the believers on the day when the reckoning comes to pass.
Sister Gina.
Section 7, the end of opposition. And think not Allah to be heedless of what the unjust do. He only respites them to a day when the eyes will stare in error, hastening forward, their heads upraised, their gaze not returning to them, and their hearts vacant. And warn people of a day when the chastisement will come to them. Then the wrongdoers will say, our Lord, respite us to a near term. We will respond to thy call and follow the messengers. Did you not swear before that there will be no passing away for you? And you dwell in the abodes of those who wrong themselves. And it is clear to you how we default with them, and we made them examples for you.
Doubt.
And they have indeed planned their plan. And their plan is with Allah, though their plan is such that the mountain should be moved thereby. So think not that Allah will fail in his promise to his messengers. Surely Allah is mighty, the Lord of retribution. On the day when the earth will be changed into a different earth, and the heavens as well, and they will come forth to Allah, the One, the Supreme. And thou wilt see the guilty on that day linked together in chains, their shirts made of pitch and fire covering their faces. That Allah may repay such soul what it has earned. Surely Allah is swift in reckoning. This is a message for the people, and that they may be warned thereby, and that they may know that he is one God, and that men of understanding may mind. Chapter 15, Section 1, the Quran is guarded. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I, Allah, am the seer, These are the verses of the book and of a Quran that makes manifest.
Praise be to Allah. We have completed part 13. Woo. Press the number 1 if you have anything that you would like to share. Press the number 1 if you have anything that you would like to share. Brother Jamil.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. I want to, what stood out to me was Surah 13, ayat 22. And it reads, and those who are steadfast, seeking the pleasure of their Lord, and keep up prayer, and spend of that which we have given them, secretly and openly, and repel evil with good, for such is the happy issue of the abode. As I'm learning more and more about the purpose and the aim of Ramadan, as we fast and we kind of we may get a little hungry, maybe even thirsty, or maybe some evil suggestions may creep up in our thoughts because of maybe some encounters we may have throughout the day, throughout our journey in life. It brings me to yesterday. It was me and another brother out. We had planned to go out and do some soldiering, and then we kind of decided we wanted to do now mind you, me and the brother never did door to door, and we were kind of undecided. I said, brother, I tell you what, we got Allah who came in the person, the master for all Muhammad backing us. So let's go ahead and offer prayer and head on out and do some door to door. And it turned out wonderful. It turned out great. The people were so happy to see us. They was waiting for us. They was wondering when we was gonna come because the area that they lived in was so much violence going on. A young child, age 5, had just got murdered over there because of some senseless killing going on. And we had a few people that kind of slammed the door in our face, and I kind of told the brother, "Don't worry about that, brother. We can't expect anything different if they're ignorant. So let's just keep doing the work." And we offered the prayer. Now we just gotta let Allah work, and let's just continue to work, and He'll bless us. And I'm just so grateful to Allah for giving me that strength to just stepping out on faith. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a great example of that. When he started to rebuild the work of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he didn't have anything but his faith. And look at where it got him. So what a wonderful example to have. Thank you, family. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Brother Remus.
Yes, sir, beloved. Man, as I look at that little backdrop behind me, and as Brother Jamel just shared, I was going to say something else, which I'm still going to say, but I want to start with what Brother Jamil said, because as he's coming into the nation and this work, I remember when I came in the nation and, we go door to door. That's what we do. We go meet our people. We go look for 300 customers. Elijah Muhammad taught us, find our people. And I too remember exact same spot, just wanting to go out and push and not knowing the neighborhood and knocking on the doors and seeing and finding where the love is. It's such a beautiful thing. And the people, same exact thing. 30 years ago, they told me, Brother Jamel, where y'all brothers been? Where, man? And this is over in Inglewood in LA and certain rough neighborhoods for sure. And it was like, where y'all been? We've been, because the brothers know, they've been with Elijah Muhammad, they've been with Farrakhan, they've been, and they like, man, where the brothers at? Where? Because they know. And they like, man, what you got any bean pies? You got that final call? Yeah, you can come back. And taking note of who they were and writing it down and having the addresses and creating the index cards. And I remember these days of finding where the love is. Is there a lot of places where there's not love? Absolutely. But when you find those 1 out of 10 homes or whatever the percentage is where they do have love and they behind them doors, and you can know where they are, and next week is coming, and there's another final call, and you begin to be friends with these people and your people in the community, and you begin to do this work. It's all about meeting the people. And as I looked at brothers, y'all see that? Y'all may know, some of y'all FOI may know, that's brand new. I want everybody to know that them things cost $380. That brother Jamil, myself, anybody that has those, ain't no program that just says, here you go, brother, here's a suit for you. To do this work, you got to figure out how to go get that. And then if you want the brown one too, oh, guess what? That's another 380. You gotta pay a price, but it's such a beautiful thing to be able to be in ranks, man. To be able to have your own nation, to be able to have all that's backing you. When you had that WFM on your shoulder, on your breast, on the lapel, and Master Fraud Muhammad, and then you read these words in the Quran of how Moses, his father, knew some stuff, and how Joseph's father knew some stuff, and even Joseph, and he was going through his trials, and he spotted the game with his brothers, but he didn't say nothing, and he kept going. But he was devising some things, and he had told the king, "I want to be over the treasury." It's such a powerful story, man, and to see how he understood what he was up against, they didn't even recognize him. I said to myself, it must have been some years went by if they didn't even recognize their brother. How old was he when he threw him in the well? I don't know the answer to that. But they came and they was amongst them, and they was trying to get paid and look out for the family, and they did this dirt to Joseph. And but he was just so cool with it. He had this whole thing with the seductress and the king, and he got thrown in jail. And but he was still dropping knowledge and wisdom and insight that Allah gave him. I'm saying this because so many of us really, we are Joseph when we understand male and female. And like the minister said, we live Jesus. You don't have to teach black folks Jesus. We know what it is to be born in a manger. And we know what it is to looking for a place to lay our head in. And so all of this is designed for us. And thank Allah for the messenger that we were sent with a message, for sure. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And for Master Farad Muhammad coming to us. We say this is the Mahdi. We say this is the Messiah. So nobody else has that knowledge, that wisdom, that understanding. And so when we read the Quran, because of Master Farah Muhammad's wisdom, the insight, the understanding of the Quran in a 2025 way, in a 1930 way, 1935, this time we're in, as we're watching Trump do whatever he's doing with Elon and whatever's going on all around, Allah's sitting here as we read the Quran saying, what I have is better for you. I'm about to give you a whole new world we read today. I'm building something right here on earth. Ain't nothing abracadabra spooky. But as this world is dying, if you embrace the right spirit, if you embrace the right understanding, you've got so much coming for you. It's hold on. It's gonna be better, as Joseph's story right there. And even when talked about Abraham, and he talked about the prayer that we pray every day, you see where it comes from. And Elijah Muhammad gave us a little prayer book. He knew how to wake us up, Brother Jamel. He knew how to catch us in a condition. We're not worried, oh, well, you don't know every bit of Arabic. Oh, you don't know. Yeah, there's a lot we don't know. But what we do know is justice and freedom and the lack of justice and the lack of freedom and equality. We understand that on such a deep level. We can spot game so easy as black folks and so-called Negroes in North America because so much game has been run on us. And we know when somebody's in that right spirit. And when you're knocking on the door in the name of Allah and the person of Master Farad Muhammad, brother, I'm here to tell you they know a Savior has arrived. And you and whoever it is, because we standing on the backs, on the shoulders, or on our backs, on our shoulders, or all around us is these teachings and that Quran. And I shout out to all the brand new people going through this because you're right on time. Allah don't make no mistakes. Who's gonna do this work moving forward? No abracadabra, not Marco Rubio. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a job to do, and it has everything to do with going after our people and sharing with them and letting them know that somebody got love for you and getting to know them, developing some affinity, getting some reality. And who are they? They got children. Do they? We got just getting in communication, acknowledging our people. Our people go all day, every day. A lot of them don't even get acknowledged unless they're doing something wrong or they're getting blamed for doing something wrong. Never get an acknowledgement. Never get a smile. Never get an embrace, a hug. Never get a, how you doing, brother? What's going on, black man? Nothing but love for you. They don't ever get that. They get the exact opposite. That's a hell of a way to live a life. But when we have this love that's been bestowed upon us, you've been around the minister, whether they like the minister or not, they know that man love him some black folks, bar none. I don't care what they try to make him into being. That man's works speak loud and clear, and we stand luckily, thankfully, in a blessed way, right in alignment with that. Don't ever sell ourselves short, man, because what if Allah's building us really to be that beacon light that the whole world can really gain from some folks that know some stuff about America and about a lot of things and spiritually. So y'all stay strong. Enjoy your Ramadan. I know I am. Assalamu alaikum.
Sister Yolanda.
Ooh-wee. Brother Remus always dropping it. But one thing I do know, Brother Remus, is that Allah God's word will never fail. Never fail. No matter how bad Sister Yolanda want to do a thing, or whatever it is. Which takes me to section 3, ayat 22 through 28. If I just hold steadfast, seeking the pleasures of the Lord, I reap what I sow. I remember when I think it was last year, Brother Ben, you had mentioned everything is spiritual in all relationships. And there was a peer of mine I grew up with, and as of maybe 1 or 2 years ago, they had experienced some health problems. They never drank, they never smoked, they didn't do drugs, whatever. Just probably bad eating habits. And as I am maturing in my studies and in the nation, they asked me, how did you get that way? I said, praise be to Allah that you see me, however you see me, but I wouldn't on to Allah. I mean, we read the Bible, we read the Quran. What good is it to do the readings and listening to the lectures, listening to the sermons, if we do not put practical application to what I get? I'm tired of bumping my head on this brick wall. I'm tired of getting fingers scratched and knees. Look, I'm going to just submit, period. Now, as one of the student ministers said at the mosque this week, what other religion or faith-based organization, whatever however they titled it, teaches you about God? We hear about Jesus, we hear about the prophets, but who teaches about God? The Nation of Islam. And what I've been through, the Nation of Islam. So therefore, me learning about really God appeared in the person of a man. And Sister Yolanda is the second self of God. How did I obtain this? Wow, I'm the second self of God, getting in these studies, falling in line with what I'm learning. I don't care what happened, getting over my traumas from the childhood. I'm not going to keep on saying, well, I've been like that since I was 6 years old. No, no, ma'am. We're not going to keep saying that, because you have come into a knowledge, into this kingdom, when you open up the book, which is assimilation of the wings. I'm gaining some wings by getting this knowledge. I'm not going to keep on talking about what happened in the past. I'm not back there. I'm right here. I'm in the present, going into the future. Let me bite the bullet, the tongue, whatever it is, and submit. I don't care if you would call me a punk, a sucker. I used to tell my mother, I'm not Jesus Christ, okay? I'm striving, and there's one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. I'm not going to just be this whole new person immediately. May Allah be pleased with her. But in my prayers, I pray that she is pleased with me if she could see me now. if she could see me now. Because we all have one and it's called the past. But let's move forward to the present and the future. And in the hereafter, we in the hereafter now, right? I be getting a little confused. However, I'm gonna see them rivers flowing of perpetuity and all that he described there. I'm doing it. I'm going after what if I can conceive it, I can achieve it. The only person in the way is me. He put it out there for me. Now I gotta just fall in formation. For those that listen to Beyonce, how if she the one that say that, I just gotta fall in line. I don't care what nobody else walk look like. I'm gonna focus on my walk. And if I can give you drop some seeds along the way, I am. And it says in the Quran, as we have been reading these last 13 parts, whoever Allah leaves in error, what can I do for them? What can I do? Why I'm gonna keep trying to save them? I'm gonna get off mine if I keep trying to save them. I'm gonna give you a couple things, and after a while, I have experienced it. Look, okay, I'm tired of you calling me about this. She ain't the one that you gonna keep talking about this to, because you keep doing the same thing. Thank you for allowing me to share. May Allah continue to accept our fast and bless us all. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam. Sister Tamiko?
I can't get over me.
Yes, I'm going to, I guess I'm going to kind of lamb back off of Sister Yolanda when it says in 13:2, Surah 13, Ayat 2, talks about the throne of power. But in another place of the Holy Quran, it also mentions that the throne is on water. It's ever on water that it may manifest the good qualities in you. And Quranic research supports that this is talking about the brain. So it is Allah who is the throne of power. And this is one of the things that is a part of our burden of proof in the Nation of Islam, proving that Allah God is a man, which Sister Yolanda just so beautifully mentioned to us. So I just wanted to just put that on our mind when we're reading this Quran, when we're talking about the teachings that are most Elijah Muhammad. We're not talking about a spook. We're not talking about a spirit. We're talking about a living, breathing man, a living, breathing God. And he resides on the throne, not a throne that's sitting in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the water, and somebody got a big pillar or a big cane or some gold cane. This throne of power is the brain, and that is where Allah resides, in us, on our throne of power. We choose for him to be in the kingdom, as Sister Yolanda just mentioned, or we choose for the enemy or for Satan to be on that kingdom. So the Holy Quran, it admonishes us and fills us with that knowledge and gives us the power to allow God to be to reside on the throne within us.
Yes, ma'am. Great point. Thank you. Brother Daniel?
Yes, sir. Am I being heard? I know I had some technical difficulty the last couple of days.
We can hear you.
Praise be to Allah. I was looking at Surah 13, verse 11. For him are angels guarding the consequences of his deeds, before him and behind him, who guard him by Allah's command. Surely Allah changes not the condition of a people until they change their own condition. And when Allah intends evil to a people, there is no averting it. And besides him, they have no protector. I was looking at this verse, and here lies the reality of God. If Allah won't change our condition until we change our own condition, and that says there's something in us of God that we have to do to get the help of the Supreme One. So I thought that was powerful, and then I'm drawn to what I was listening to this morning of the message that our dear student minister Ishmael delivered, part one of Savior's Day. And the minister gave him some profound words in which he delivered this message, and I'll paraphrase it. He said, brother, to deliver this message properly or with the proper heart. Oh, I'm going to have to take this call. I'll end it right there.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Brother Jamil?
Yes, sir. You know, early, when I was out soldiering yesterday and doing door to door, I was trying to remember this ayah to give to one of the elderly sisters that we were talking to, you know, and her inquiring about what they can do to try to change some of the conditions going on in their project development. And I just want to read it real quick and then just share a few words real fast. And then it's coming out of Surah 13, Ayah 11. It says, for him are angels guarding the consequences of his deeds before him and behind him, who guard him by Allah's command. Surely Allah changes not the condition of a people until they change their own condition. And when Allah intends evil to a people, there is no averting it. And besides him, they have no protector. And what strikes me with this verse, right? There's certain things that we have to do as an individual in order to develop ourselves to get closer to Allah God. And then there's also other things that we have to do collectively to get ourselves together. And I'm noticing how Allah says, surely Allah changes not the condition of a people, not a person, a people until they change their own condition. So I wanted to share that with the sister because she had broke down and cried, you know what I mean? And I got to tell you, family, I haven't cried in a long. I don't even remember the last time I I cried besides, you know, when I was at Savior's Day in the graduating class. But she she caused me and the brother to break down too because you could see the hurt in our people's face. Not being able to have sufficient answers to change their condition or to change the reality in which they live. And I just, you know, I told the sister, along with other people we spoke to, that we're gonna promise them we're gonna come back out here more often and just offer them a way out of this condition, you know. And you know, I just basically told the sister and other people as well that we just coming out here to share with y'all that we care, we love y'all. We come from the same condition, and we just here to offer something that we believe will help all of us, you know, but we got to do it together. So praise be to Allah. The reading we had today, I just seen it. I said, man, I wish I would have had it yesterday to kind of just show it to her, but Allah is the best of planners. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. One of the things that stood out to me is the part where now the devil is responding. I think this is really critical for us. It says, and the devil will say, when the matter is decided, surely Allah promised you a promise of truth, and I promised you, then failed you. And I had no authority over you. Look at that. I had no authority over you. Some of us, or some people that I hear, you know, when you talk about how we cursed and we doomed. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about, number one, we can beat prophecy. That's one. But number two, if we are gods, yes, Satan is the god of this world. It says that in the Bible. But once we have knowledge of self, once we know who we are, we're supposed to be able to come out of that level of control, because the control really starts mentally. So to think that, oh, we just doomed, is nothing we can do about it. Oh man, they just gonna be powerful over us. No, that ain't a reflection of God. God considers the moves of Satan, and even when he makes a move, it brings about the fruition of his will. So it says, I had no authority over you except that I called you and you obeyed me. That's it. I called you. I made a suggestion. I did this. And you just listened to me. But I had no authority, though, over you. And some of us believe that because we in this condition, we inferior, they superior, there's nothing we can do. We are oppressed. And it's like, yeah, if you are ignorant, but when you come into the knowledge of self, you eliminate that. Once we accept our own and be ourselves, and then not just accept our own, but it say be yourself. So there's a being that must take place. We change our actions. We change our thoughts. We don't allow anyone to have authority over us in a way that goes against the God. Except that I called you and you obeyed me. So blame me not. Look at it. It's putting the blame back on us. Now look at the devil, man. When the matter is decided, hey, man, don't blame me. Blame yourself. All I did was call and you came. I didn't necessarily force you to follow my way, to think this way, to do. Oh, man, I called you and you came. I cannot come to your help. Don't call me now. Oh, no, don't call me now. Then it says, I deny your associating with me with the lie before. Surely for the unjust is a painful chastisement. Man, can you imagine that? Satan making evil fair seeming. He done got us. Oh, man, we done got caught all up into his world. Then the matter is decided and we trying to hold what he said, what he influenced me to. And he like, hey, don't blame me. Don't blame me. Blame yourselves. Allah gave you a promise. Allah gave you a word. You just simply chose mine. That's why sometimes I look at these posts on social media and I look at the quotes and I say, man, we got to check ourselves. You know, because sometimes we'll go find a quote that just align with how we feel. F these niggas, no new friends. When Master Father Muhammad said, friendship of all walks of life. Hold on now. Is that aligning? Oh, well, I'm just being a little humble. I don't really need much. When it says luxury, money, good home. The minister himself said, I don't want to take a rest until you have a home like this. He was in the palace. But us, we just, I'm just okay with my little old. And yeah, be humble. Yeah, we not boastful and all that. That's, of course, let's balance it out. But man, where we get this thought process from when he come and give us away? Forget our people. Or you may hear the quote, F being humble. It's time out for being humble. Pop your ish. Come on now, y'all see them posts? When Allah's way is, hey, the righteous walk the earth in humility. So we got to be careful. Okay, dang, am I kind of, I'm veering off. And that's okay. I know sometimes you be in your emotion, you be mad, the quotes sound good. And it ain't that the quotes don't sound good. They sound mighty good. But then we got to wonder, hold on now, what mindset is that? I'm better. Who had that mindset in scripture that I'm better? Now you viewing people and you better than them now. Now you looking for their flaws to talk down on them as if you ain't got no dang sin. As if you ain't got nothing that, come on now. Yeah, theirs just exposed. You better watch out because Allah just covering yours. Now you looking at and you starting to develop the mindset of I'm better. Who mindset is that? So when the matter is decided, dang, the devil gonna drop you. He gonna be like, hey, man, he ain't on my team. Hey, don't blame me, soldier. Devil gonna be like, I just put a fly out there and you came to the party. I didn't come drag you out the house. So, man, that's a powerful thing there, man. When it said, boy, he gonna say, I had no authority over you. That's the piece that really stands out, the no authority, because so many of us believe we have no power. Like they gotta have us in this condition. They gotta have me struggling. It's their fault. Oh man, I mean, it's difficult. Yes, it's a trial. Yes, it's a struggle. I'm not saying it's just an easy decision and then our entire life change. But man, we do have the power to eventually change it. All right, let's go to the next person. Wait. Before, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry I didn't do this yesterday, family. Let me shout out those who are helping out with the power call, man. I wanna make sure that I shout you all out, man. Let me see. What is it? I think I ended off with okay, so shout out to the new ones. Ashley Jackson, thank you for your support. Clintonia Armstrong, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, thank you for the support. Sister Amani Asiya, man, y'all know I mess up a word. Let's just go with Amani Muhammad, thank you for your support of the power call. Everybody give it up, give it up. Felicia Thomas, thank you for your support of your power call. Is it Rachel or Rachel Frost? Thank you for your support of the power call. Brother Derek Mathis, thank you for your support of the power call. Brother Bilal, all the way over there in the UK. Shout out to Brother Bilal. Thank you for the support. Clintonia Armstrong, again, thank you for the support. Abdul Rolak, thank you for your support. And then lastly, yesterday, Bobby Clark. Thank you for your support. If you would like to support your power call, you can go to www.thepowercall.net, go into the community, and at the top, it is pinned at the very top. The post is pinned if you would like to support your power call. Okay, let's go to Brother Daniel. Did you want to finish that point? Or you closed out your point? I know you said you had a call or something that came in. Is he still here? Okay, if not, let's go to Brother Remus.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I love it. Brother Jamel, yourself, Sister Yolanda, all of that is synergizing together. And these thoughts was coming into my mind. Master Prophet Muhammad said, obey the laws of the land as long as it doesn't conflict with your religion. And when those of us that have been around the nation a long time know that Elijah Muhammad, Brother Jabril, talked about the reality of God. And if you're in the nation and you're out soldiering with the sisters or the brothers, you begin to understand how Allah is guiding us to go challenge that which so-called Negroes scared to death, Negroes won't challenge. They won't go out and understand. So I did the credit thing because I knew, Brother Ben, how you going to have good homes unless you're going to steal them? Or unless a mystery God going to just say, here's a home for you, here go the keys, if your credit's jacked up. This was why I got in that path so many years ago, brother. You know, yeah, you got to make some money in this journey. We don't believe in stealing and fair exchange and helping out and providing a service. And so, because there's no mystery God. And so, all of what you were saying, Brother Ben, and how our people run from duty, run from responsibility. Oh, but the nation. I don't know what happened, but the nation. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, bro. I got caught in there. Yeah. And so, man, the nation is a doing this. We got to bring the Muslim program to Congress. You know, how's that coming along? You see what I'm saying? That ain't no, these are instructions. Like, if you don't talk to Congress, talk to the police department, talk to the mayor, talk to the governor, you waiting on a mystery God. Because they putting things in motion right now. At the corporation, at the this, in the downtown or your city, somebody's got something in motion. If you're not talking to them, I don't know how that works out. Where it just somebody else's responsibility. So, Brother Jamil and whoever's you out there, understand to confront that thought. Oh man, I'm not. Man, should we do this? Damn, we knocking on doors, man. Yeah. You got to push through some stuff. It's that same decision. Should I take this drug? Should I eat right now? It's all. So we got a built-in sharpening, coaching, mentoring program when you come into these teachings, man. To not do that, what made Malcolm somebody? He didn't just sit under a tree one day and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to start talking about coming together and black folks. No, Elijah Muhammad. Yeah. Yeah. You don't just break off and, oh, I'm going to do my own thing now, bro. You never can break off from the truth. This is the foundation. And then you got your own ideas. Whoever come in, yep, okay, I like to help out with international trade. I like to learn a little bit more about the teachings. And yeah, I want to help build hospitals and businesses and help the ministry. Okay, everybody knows when you show up, Allah's telling you something. Yeah, I want to. As you sitting there listening to the lecture the first time, and I'm gonna come take it out, and something's happening in you, and you say, I'm gonna show up. Well, does that just go out the window the next day? If it's 30 years later or whatever, 40 years, 50 years, a minister, how many years? Is it done? There's a thing you gotta do. And you gotta educate everybody around you. This is what I'm here to do. I'm falling in, but I'm here to do this. I was sitting there thinking this. You have to start to be bold enough to say, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I see Allah guiding, and I know it fits in so people can say, okay, cool. Because if not, if you don't have your own agenda, there will be an agenda given to you. Just remember that the rest of your life, wherever you go. If you don't walk out your house with an agenda, you're going to bump into somebody else's agenda and you're going to get caught in it. There's a thought out there waiting for you. So it's better to get your prayer on, get your Ramadan on. Okay, hey, Doritos, or hey, veggie sandwich. Hold on, sun ain't down yet. You're training your stomach to say, hold up, I done told you. If you got to raise your voice internally at your stomach, do it. I'm giving you permission. Hey, leave me alone. I done told you I'm not playing. I'll get back to you in a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way you got to take charge of yourself and this temple property and all this temple property in view. It starts with self. Now, when you start loving yourself a little bit more, brother, now you can possibly start talking about securing other things. But if you ain't securing you, bro, you trying to secure something else, but you ain't secure yet. That ain't gonna work. You gotta now you can, and you love self a little bit more. Now you can love others as you love yourself.
Brother Jamil, and then we're going to close out with Sister Randisha.
Yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. I just want to add on to something you mentioned a little bit earlier, brother Ben X, about Satan putting it back on us and saying all he did was make the call and you answered it. You know, I've been going through a few little things, few little obstacles in terms of getting my license. You know, as I explained to everyone here, I just been released from doing 18 years in the federal system. And when I first went to the DMV to try to get the license, they told me, well, Pennsylvania got a hold on your license. You got to contact. Okay, no problem. Went contacted Pennsylvania. I was told I had to pay $90 to lift the suspension. I went ahead and took care of that, got the receipt, went back to the motor vehicles to take the test. Mind you, I stayed up half the night studying to make sure that I passed the test. Went back there again and gave them the receipt for Pennsylvania. And the gentleman told me, well, did they tell you about New York and New Jersey? I said, no, sir. I said, what's going on? He said, well, you don't have to worry about New Jersey, only if you're applying for CDL, but New York, you have to contact New York because they got a hold on your license. I said, okay, man. I went out, called New York, and New York is bringing up some tickets from 1996. You know, we talking about almost 30 years ago. And they're saying that I have to pay $500 from a civil claim they put on me in order for them to lift it off of there. So I'm like, is he serious right now? I just got out of prison. Well, you got to pay. That's all. No problem. You know what? I'm just gonna go harder and pay this thing. But I'm saying this to say, initially I was questioning, like, man, these people, man, they just find a way to get in your way, man. And the more I try to get out of the way, they put me in the way. You know what I mean? And now my lower self is creeping in a little bit, and I'm like, man, the hell with this, man. It's like, damn, I'm trying to do what's right, and it ain't happening. But all praises due to Allah. I went ahead, I put a little plan together. When I go out and soldier, I'm gonna put this to the side. And when I do my little other small projects, I'm gonna put this to the side. And I'm about a block away from getting that $500 in paying to get my license. But I'm understanding more and more as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches in the study guides, overcoming difficulties. Difficulties is designed to help, not to kill us, but designed to help to bring the greatness out of us. If we don't go through any trials as the minister said, how are we going to appreciate the good if we never go through anything bad? So it's helping me to really understand that. And man, I just, man, I love these teachers, and I'm just thankful to Allah for opening my eyes, man. I'm thankful to him for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, well, first for raising up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and then passing that message on to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I got to keep saying it, Brother Ben X. I'm thankful to Allah for you for, coming up with this platform, man. This is great right here, man. And I can't thank Allah enough for that, for allowing, using you as an instrument to do that. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Alaikum salam. Praise be to Allah. Sister Randisha.
I gotta time myself. No, I'm playing. Assalamu alaikum, family. Ramadan Mubarak. I just had a few things as we are reading, right? And as we are going through the chapters, and as Sister Yolanda was reading, and she brought up, that Allah knows what is in our womb and what we conceive and what we perceive not. I was thinking about, right, when we're giving birth to a child, and the minister said, sometimes it's gonna be that clot, but then the baby will turn into a fetus shortly thereafter. I was thinking about, it says in fighting, right, to kill the stomach, you could kill the mind. And I think about that in anything as, I think those as and mother, like mother doesn't always mean a mother, right? Because sometimes blood is not thicker than water. And this is why in the nation it is called brother and sister. I am Sister Rendisha before I am anything else. You are brother who before you are anything else. And I like when you said, Brother Ben, is wherever you go somewhere, you make sure that brother is on the beginning of your name. Like put some respect on my name, right? So I was thinking about, and it says how we train is how we fight. And I was thinking to myself, so Ramadan, right, is about getting rid of those low desires of sexual urges, of eating, of drinking water, of doing this, of getting up early. And I cannot say that I've been the best at this Ramadan. The other two Ramadans, I have been great. But this Ramadan, I have fallen short. I am tired. And I was like, oh, Allah, I was talking to a sister that 2 days ago, and I was telling her, I was like, you know what? Because as Brother Jamil say about the brothers in the prison system, sometimes it's weighing on me, right? When I get these phone calls, and then now the National Guard is in the prisons, and some of the prisons don't have guards, and all of these things, and I'm trying to help these brothers. And I said to her, I don't want to fight anymore. I said I no longer want to fight. I said I want to live in my true peace. And today she called me with an issue. She said, "Sis, I need your help." And guess what? It is for me to fight. So, oh, Allah, I just told you 2 days ago I ain't want to fight. But here it is. So I was thinking about I have to be careful of what I feed myself, what I say to myself, and how I say it to myself, because ultimately it begins to feed my brain. And if we think about the brain and the stomach, they go hand in hand with each other. So I was just thinking about those things. I just wanted for us to just stay firm and just stay strong in this. Like the minister said, we can't strain a gnat, but then eat a camel. So assalamu alaikum, family, and Ramadan Mubarak.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you all for your feedback. We will be back tomorrow, inshallah, at 6 a.m. Central Time. If anything changes, we will share that inside of the power call. For those of you all who are tuned in via YouTube, I know many of y'all are okay with just tuning in from YouTube, but if you ever want updates on the changes, although I did change it on YouTube too, though, the Power Call community is where we communicate, is where we give updates. It's where links are. It's where the Quran PDF is where the Ramadan guide is. So www.thepowercall.net. That's www.thepowercall.net is free for you to join the online community. Again, you got access to all of the other members. You can ask questions. There's dialogue going on in there. There's recipes about food, working out, all that good stuff is taking place inside of the Power Call. So I encourage you all, if you have any questions, there are so many believers in here that's been in the nation much longer than me, that knows probably way more than me, that can answer, give feedback to you, share experience, man. So if there's anything you're unsure about, what does this mean? How do we do this? Blah, blah, blah. You can ask it inside of the Power Call. And if somebody doesn't know, somebody else would surely know. So I think it's just a great resource for you guys to use, www.thepowercall.net. It's free for y'all, but it's not free for me. Okay, so I definitely appreciate the help, the support. Again, if you guys do want to support, because somebody did ask on YouTube the other day, it is pinned to the top of the powercall.net as well. Thank you all for listening, and I'll see you guys inshallah tomorrow. So Ramadan Mubarak, and y'all have a black-tastic day. Assalamu alaikum.
Is Brother Ben here? Brother Ben. Now, Ben got a heck of a program. A lot of people listening to Brother Ben. And Ben tells them about the minister. And Ben tells them about the minister.